Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we shall be talking about a question from IIT-JAM 2019 consisting of 1 mark, and this is a numerical answer type question. So in this question, they are saying if for this particular function where x is a real variable, right? So they are asking what is this quantity, the maximum value of the function in the given interval minus the minimum value of the function given in the closed interval 0 to 1. So here you are to calculate the maximum and minimum values for this function. So first of all, if you remember, how do you calculate the maximum and minimum values? First of all, you calculate the derivative of that function, substitute that derivative equal to 0, calculate all the possible values of x lying in the interval. So in this case, we are to calculate the values of x lying in the interval, closed interval 0 to 1. At those values of x, we need to check the sign of this double derivative, and we need to determine what is the maximum and minimum value, checking out the function's value calculated at those evaluated points. So that is the procedure, and you already know that. So why wait? Let us try and solve this question. So okay, we are given this function f of x, which is equal to 1 plus x to the power 1 by 3 raised to power 3 plus 1 minus x to the power 1 by 3 raised to power 3 divided by 8 1 plus x. Now taking or calculating the derivative is quite difficult because here you see the powers 1 by 3 of x. So what we do, we simplify this a bit. So let's do the calculation over here. So if you assume a to be 1 plus x to the power 1 by 3, this is some term, I'm calling that to be a, and I'm calling b to be 1 minus x to the power 1 by 3. So you could see the pattern here, a cube plus b cube. So we know this formula, a cube plus b cube. This is nothing but, what is this? So we can have its value obtained using this a plus b whole cube. So what is this a plus b whole cube? It is a cube plus b cube plus 3ab plus b. So accordingly, the value of a plus b from here comes out to be a plus b whole cube minus 3ab a plus b. So this term now becomes, so in place of a cube plus b cube, you could write 1 plus x to the power 1 by 3. This is your a, plus what is b? B is 1 minus x to the power 1 by 3. So whole cube, this is the first term, this one, and then you have minus 3 into a is this one, 1 plus x to the power 1 by 3. B is the next term, 1 minus x to the power 1 by 3, and multiplied by a plus b. So a plus b is this term plus this term, which is nothing but 2 actually, right? So this term cancels with this one. So when you simplify this, you have 8 minus 3. Now this also become a plus b, a minus b, so that is a square minus b square. So finally you have 8 minus 6, obviously whole thing divided by 8 into 1 plus x. So you have 8 minus 6 into 1 minus x to the power 2 by 3 divided by 8 into 1 plus x, right? Or you could also write this to be 2 plus 6 x to the power 2 by 3 divided by 8 1 plus x, just simplifying the given function. Now this is your function, and we can now calculate the derivative. Earlier also you could calculate the derivative, but now this is more simple. So let me calculate the derivative f dash x with respect to x. So here we would have to apply this product rule. So it would be the square of the denominator as such, the derivative of numerator, that is 4 into x to the power minus 1 by 3, you may check, minus the numerator as such into the derivative of denominator, which is 8. So finally you may write this to be 8. You can take 8 common from both the terms, so it would be 8 into 4 into x to the power minus 1 by 3 plus 4 into x to the power 2 by 3 minus 2, and then you have minus 6x to the power 2 by 3 divided by 64 x 1 plus x square. Now this is your derivative. Now no need to simplify further, because what we are doing, we are to substitute this derivative equal to 0 in order to calculate all the critical points. So when you substitute this f dash x is equal to 0, you have only the terms 4x to the power minus 1 by 3 plus 4x to the power 2 by 3 minus 2 minus 6x to the power 2 by 3 is equal to 0. Now you see the fractional powers, they are known as radicals. So the equation in this fractional form is difficult to solve. So we'll try and simplify this equation so that we may find the roots of this equation. So let's simplify this a bit. So you obtain from here 4 minus 2x minus 2x to the power 1 by 3 is equal to 0, or you have 2 minus x to the power 1 by 3 is equal to 0, or you have x to the power 1 by 3. Now what you could do, you could cube both sides in order to get rid of this fractional power, right, the radical. So you would have 2 minus x to the power 3 is equal to x. So you may open this up. So you would have x minus 8 minus x cube minus 6x into 2 minus x is equal to x. So when you simplify this, you finally have the equation x cube minus 6x square plus 13x minus 8 is equal to 0. So this is your equation, cubic equation, where you are to find the roots of this equation. So now what is the method to calculate the roots of given equation? First of all, you'll go by hit and trial method. So that means you will substitute one value of x and you will see whether this thing is equal to 0 or not. So that is the one procedure. So if I substitute x is equal to 1 here, let's try out what is it. So it would be 1 cube minus 6 1 square plus 13 into 1 minus 8. So it would be 1 minus 6 plus 13 minus 8. So this is nothing but equal to 0. So that means x is equal to 1 is a root of equation number 1. If this is a root, that means x minus 1 is a factor. If this is a factor, so that means it will divide this equation completely using the division algorithm. So we may divide this x cube minus 6x square plus 13x minus 8 with that of x minus 1. So you know this procedure of dividing. So it is x square first. So you have x cube minus x square, so that this terms cancel out, and you have minus 5x square plus 13x minus 8, and then you have minus 5x here multiplied by minus 5. So you have minus 5x square plus 5x, right? So this plus this negative. So then you have 8x minus 8. So finally it is plus 8, right? So it gives you the remainder as 0. So according to division algorithm, so you may write this polynomial x cube minus 6x square plus 13x minus 8 as equal to the product of x minus 1 and this polynomial, that is x square minus 5x plus 8, and the remainder here is 0, right? So you got the one root. When you substitute this equal to 0, so that means you obtain either x minus 1 is equal to 0, or you have x square minus 5x plus 8 is equal to 0. So from here you obtain the value of x as 1. This is one of the critical point that you have. For another critical point, we have to solve this quadratic equation. Now for solving this quadratic equation, we can use the discriminant method, where you calculate the discriminant capital D, which is b square minus 4ac. So depending on that, we'll determine whether we have real roots, imaginary roots, or what. So b here is minus 5, so minus 5 whole square minus 4 into a is 1, c is 8, so we have 25 minus 32. So you see this quantity is a negative quantity. So if your discriminant here is negative, therefore we do not have any real roots. So we do not have any real roots. So that means the only possible critical point is x is equal to 1. But because we are given the interval within which we are to determine the maximum and minimum of this function, this interval is 0 to 1, therefore we will check at the end points of this interval. So one end point is 0, one end point is 1. Therefore we will calculate what is the function's value at the point 0 and at the point 1. So this one point is obtained from here, another point is obtained because this is the end point of the interval, closed interval 0 to 1. So accordingly we'll check what is f of 0 and what is f of 1. Now what is your f of x? If you remember, your f of x, it was equal to 2 plus 6x to the power 2 by 3 divided by 8, 1 plus x. That you simplified, right? So what is your f of 0? It is 2 plus 6 into 0 to the power 2 by 3 divided by 8, 1 plus 0. So basically you have 2 divided by 8, that is 1 by 4. And the function's value calculated at the point 1, it is 2 plus 6, 1 to the power 2 by 3 divided by 8, 1 plus 1. So it is 2 plus 6, that is 8 divided by 16, so which is 1 by 2. So you can clearly see that we have the maximum value at the point x is equal to 1 of this function, and this is the minimum value. Why? Because 1 by 4 is less than 1 by 2. So therefore in the question they were asking you that calculate this quantity, the maximum value of the function f of x whenever x belongs to this interval, closed interval 0 to 1, minus the minimum value of this function f of x whenever your x belongs to this closed interval 0 to 1. So your maximum value, if you look at here, is 1 by 4, and your minimum value, the maximum value is this one, 1 by 2, and the minimum value is 1 by 4. So this is 1 by 2 and you have 1 by 4. So when you subtract this, you obtain the value as 1.4. So in decimals, we have this value 0.25 because we require the value in numeric decimal digits, right? So your final answer over here is 0.25. So now you see this is quite simple question, right? And you obtain the answer as 0.25. So I hope you understood this concept well. Well, that is it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.